We're never going to get monetized.
Another episode not getting monetized.
Welcome to Guys We...
Greetings, citizens of planet Earth. How you doing? And if you're a New York resident, remember, Cuomo's not out of the race yet. Welcome to another episode of Guys We...
It's the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Welcome to the show. If you want to send us an email at sorryaboutlastnightshow@gmail.com, make that subject line interesting and follow us on social media. I'm at Philanthropy Gal.
I'm at Krystyna Hutch.
I'm at Eric FRETTY.
That was perfect timing, Eric.
Together we're Guys We... without the U and...
We're so out of hand.
Come for me, YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
And watch us on YouTube because you could see our cute ass outfits.
It's fun. I enjoy the YouTube episodes. That's where I hang because I do the YouTube, so I think it's fun.
Yeah, I love YouTube. I watch YouTube every day, and I totally get how people can get radicalized. My God, I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube videos.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's like the problem. It's a little less of a, not that they're fact checking all TV shows, but it's just really, you can really go rogue on YouTube.
I know. And then they just give you more of what you've been watching and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Well, and also the ads are quite crazy. I get some really crazy ad placements on Without a Country.
Oh yeah. I do. I signed up for YouTube Premium. This is not sponsored by them, but come at us. Let's go. It's so worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you're watching a video on something like really crazy or like emotional or something, and then it's like, do you have hair loss? And you're like,
Right.
fucking shut up.
How much is it?
That's a good question. I think it's like $9.99 a month. It's not that
all right.
crazy.
That's
And
not
just
bad.
for as much as I watch YouTube, oh my God, ad free is
If that's your TV, then it makes
blissful.
sense.
Yeah.
All right. This subject line says daddy-daughter role play update.
Remember last week when we read that email?
I do remember last week.
Oh man.
Well, and did she hear our response yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't read this email.
Yeah, right. I mean, she did, and I only read like the first sentence. But
I just thought
wow.
so much had happened that she was like, got to send them an email again.
I mean, that was one of the more
I was thinking about that during the week.
Yeah, I was talking to people about it, and they were like, "Oh fuck, sorry, girl." I mean, thanks for writing us. I'm so glad you did. It's a fascinating topic.
Yeah. Hey guys, thank you so much for your insights and honesty regarding my previous email about the little girl fantasy. I needed that wake-up call and was definitely in denial because I was stigmatized.
Hell yeah, girl.
Such a fantasy is more severe than I wanted to believe.
It happens to us.
That being said, after processing for a bit, I did end up asking him about it.
Might as well.
I just had the nagging feeling I needed to do so despite wanting to just break things up.
Was he going to be like, yeah, all right, fine, I'm a pedophile. You got me.
It was going to be an in-person conversation, but he was unable to do so at the time.
I wonder why. How convenient.
Right, but still didn't want to wait to talk, so we talked over text. Attached are the screenshots of that. Obviously, please don't say his name.
Is she the blue?
Oh gosh, that's like the question I always ask. Yeah, she has to because she's saying I want clarity. Okay, right.
I'll be the...
Okay. I don't know. I get it. I just wanted some clarity on this because I've done and had fun with teen play, but I've never really heard a fantasy with a prepubescent girl, and it made me a little uncomfortable. I want to be safe and not judgmental. I've just been thinking about it and wondered if you could provide further insight. So funny.
Clerical.
Yeah. And, I promised not to tell, so I haven't, but want to talk about it a little more.
Whoa, I never said prepubescent. I understand discomfort if that was what was gleaned. Yeah, it feels like clarification is a good idea.
Okay, so it was a kink then about a couple who has a teenage child who you want to molest? Like, remember. Right.
I thought it was they said she said little girl.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Let me go to the tapes.
Yeah. And I mean, like, listen, that was her.
Daughter.
She was telling us something that he said. So it was a game of telephone, and she could have misheard or added details that weren't there, for sure. We all do that.
When I turned the tables and asked him the same question, this is what he told me. He has a fantasy of adopting a little girl with his wife.
Right.
Little girl is prepubescent.
An adoption
It's that's prepubescent, but okay.
Well, I was
getting real picky there with the words, huh?
Yeah, and I was also like, well, now that you've raised the red flag, he can easily
deflect,
go back and gaslight and whatever. But we'll see. Okay. All right. So, I heard adopt a little girl, and that's what I pictured, I guess. Yeah, I think adopt a little girl is quite clear.
Yep.
I should have asked for specificity. I mean, what, the color of the bow in her hair? Stop.
And then he says, I should have given more specificity.
Could you give it now?
And then nothing.
Okay. And then...
Okay, that's the only screenshot we got.
And then red.
Yeah.
My approach was wanting to phrase it in a gentle way so that he'd hopefully say the most I could get out of him to assess further. What girl logic. I love it.
Yeah.
I was nice so I could get the most details possible out of this fucking perv.
That's why women are nice.
Maybe this was something I even needed to warn the school district about, and I didn't feel that coming at him abrasively would get the evidence I need.
Facts.
Like, you can't report that someone has a kink to a school district. I don't think that has any ground.
There is a world where, because a lot of people with these pedophilic urges don't act on them. There are people that exist that don't act on them. Yeah, at least a couple that we heard on NPR. So, if anything, there's at least two.
It's like I would, probably think that it's kind of like an alcoholic working at a bar. But,
yeah. Or this guy working on Epstein Island or something.
After the above text, he called me. I did have a friend in the room to give her perspective to me as well. He did not know she was there. He was not defensive and did not gaslight me when I repeated his phrasing back to him. I said I didn't mean to be accusatory, and he told me that he would want me to be accusatory if that's what the situation had been. Yeah, that's...
Of course a guilty person would say that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
He said he felt horrible that I'd been living with this discomfort and explained to me age play would never be below late teen for him. But more than that, it wasn't about the age of the person. He said he meant to express a him/wife dynamic as a power play of 2 doms and 1 sub.
Okay.
He had phrased it the way he did because he wanted to bring in the age play I had been responding to. It turns me on when he calls me things like sweetheart or other such pet names for daughters, so he wanted to include a daughter fantasy.
My dad has never called me sweetheart.
And he said little girl was a very poor choice of words to express this. I had also told him previously that I liked feeling small and young and vulnerable beneath him because he's a very tall, massive guy.
Sure.
So I think his line of thinking was more to turn me on by saying little.
Perhaps.
He never made me feel I had to apologize for misinterpreting or that I had to feel guilty for wondering this of him. He acknowledged how alarming it must have felt for me. He was very apologetic and took full accountability for not being more clear / thoughtful with his words.
If I got that text and I were him, I'd make a phone call to Claire. If somebody thought that I was sexualizing a child and they were like texting me, hey, what did you mean by that when you're... I would have called and be like, oh, whoa. No.
Well, I mean, after one back and forth, he did end up calling. So,
that's right, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure. I certainly don't accuse someone of being a pedophile.
Of course.
Who's not a pedophile.
Of course.
But, based on what he said previously, that was fucking wild. After the call ended, I asked my friend for her thoughts. She said he sounded very authentic to her and that, girls would be believing anyone. I need to interview this woman first.
What are you talking about?
Very authentic to her and that it truly seemed like a miscommunication, a very stupid miscommunication on his part, but a miscommunication nonetheless. Before this convo, I did check the sex offenders registry and he was not on it. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I do also know his last serious relationship was with a woman who had a kid and they all lived together for a while. That's not a category in the green flags. Yeah. And for a second, I was feeling sick about that. But he had told me before you guys responded to my email that he was still on good terms with this ex. I mean, a lot of times they don't know.
Yeah.
All right. We're causing a problem now.
I know.
But we're like, well, there's a lot of times, you won't know until that kid's 22 and in therapy. And then that's going to come out.
And then it just fucking comes out their mouth.
Yeah. So many times the parent doesn't know.
But it's super possible that he never did anything. So we don't know.
And they had gotten a beer together to catch up, and that made me feel a lot better. They don't regularly hang out or anything. It was just one catch up. I mean, to what? Be like, hey, I still don't like kids.
Just wanted to get that clear.
And he had later told me after I sent you guys the email that the reason he didn't want kids was because of that relationship. That even though he cared for this woman and her son, he realized being a stepfather was not for him because he values his independence.
Oh, it's also a male child.
Yeah, and that wasn't fair to the kid. Male kids get abused all the time.
For sure, but in the fantasy, he was saying a little girl, so I don't know. Who knows?
His substitute teaching, I also found out, was primarily with high schoolers. I don't know if that helps, but obviously I want to think so. I acknowledge my bias. And finally, I want to clarify, I felt safe with him, but my trust with sharing my fantasy in that moment was trust that he never meets my fantasies with judgment. There's a lot of life stuff I haven't disclosed to him yet that would take more time for sure. So I hear you on the trust thing. That was silly of me. Yeah. But maybe this is all naive. And so I humbly bother you once more to ask, am I still being a dumb bitch if I continue to see him? No, because guilty until...
I don't know, yeah.
Because I don't think, again,
being stigmatized is a very powerful thing. I understand it.
Right. I still think that was like a really weird...
It's a wild thing to say. I get how he was bouncing it off of your age play suggestion, but I'm thinking that he took that as a permission slip to let's see how far I can really be honest with her.
Yeah, I
could be wrong though.
I think you can continue to see him with caution. Is what I would say at this point. I don't want to start. I don't want to.
It's like if somebody's a pedophile, are they going to be good at fucking an adult woman? I don't know.
They can be.
These are the questions we don't know the answers to.
These are the questions.
Dear Jackie Beaky.
And I think and also this is the crazy part. But it's like, well, once you've already fucked someone once or twice.
Just keep fucking them.
Honestly,
yeah, it's the same
You've
thing.
already done it.
Yeah.
So to me, this is not adding anything unless the situation for you changes. If you fucked a pedophile, you've already fucked a pedophile.
Exactly.
To be quite clear.
Right.
So there's really nothing more.
So on your deathbed, they're not going to be like, did you fuck the pedophile 8 times or 6?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I truly feel this way.
And I get it. And you're not... when he's fucking you, we can't fuck a kid. That's pretty sick. We're not saying he's a pedophile.
Right. You're doing an act of service. Every moment with you, he's
a
not
moment
with the kid.
Yeah.
That's honestly, you're doing a good
Guys
thing.
are fucked. We're never going to get monetized.
Another episode not getting monetized. These checks are getting smaller and smaller.
That's okay. And it's also I also want to stress too, how much I understand being able to dirty talk and role play with somebody, that's a very specific type of sexual relationship. And it's just very intimate. Sometimes if that type of sexual relationship feels more intimate than being boyfriend and girlfriend in a weird way.
Yeah.
So I really do understand.
Dirty, nasty sex.
It's that's such an intimate, our own special club,
Yeah, it is. And again, we can only make a ruling with the information that we are given. And it is a game of telephone. From whatever's happening, no matter how well we think we remember moments, I think everyone remembers them differently. That was kind of the basis of this show, that, two people can be in the same relationship and remember it very differently.
We had a guy on that I swore broke up with me, and he told me I broke up with him. And I'm like, what?
Right. So
I'll never forget that.
She goes on to say, I know I am stigmatized, and I also know that if I have to let him go, I will be okay. But I'm wanting to give him a chance. Any further insight is appreciated. So grateful to you if you read all of this and you respond once more. I promise I will not continue to bother you with this. No, we love this.
Well, and she emailed us 2 days after this email that you just read. So that's why I put that in. Yeah.
Additional update 2 days later. Yeah.
2 days later.
Yeah, I was definitely just still in dumb bitch denial. I broke things off. The seed was planted. I don't need that shit to grow. So now I feel bad. We planted distrust.
Right. Well, she's got to get back together with him now.
Right.
Which again, your body, your choice, baby.
I feel so relieved and even met a hot girl at the bar tonight. Oh, she's bisexual?
Oh, you're bi? Date chicks. It's got to be way more fun.
The universe is looking out for me. Thanks again for your insight. Also, I think if you're just unless you saw some kind of a future with this guy, it seemed like it was just a sexual relationship. And it's if you just feel any bit uncomfortable, why continue? It's just not worth it.
Well, when she sent us that initial email, I got the vibe that like, oh my God, you're like kind of in the afterglow of enjoying this like sexual relationship that's like fucking dirty and fun.
Yeah.
And then having that little tiny, what the fuck was that meaning when he said that? So like
stuff like that turns me off. Like that would give me the ick so
it would have given me the ick
deeply
too.
that I would not be able to continue even write an email.
I can see a world where he took your interest in age play and just kind of like one-upped it a little bit, and it could have been out of nowhere. But we know, like statistically, I
also
wouldn't bet
don't
my
know
money
how
on
you
it.
accidentally say adopted a little girl.
Yeah.
It's quite a slip up.
That's like, I don't even know. Is that like a porn category? Like it's always step parents.
Eric,
and
look
shit.
it up on your computer.
I'm gonna go from the guys who fuck one.
No, we're selling that one. Don't want the FBI at the Guys We Fuck Studios.
I do stand by my previous comment of like, if you've already fucked a pedophile.
I get it. And look, I like being called good girl. That to me denotes like youngness, like young. Like but see, when I get called that, I don't have an age that I feel in my head. So everybody's so different, and sexuality is so. It's weird. It's complex. It's so specific. Like there's some things people like that like most humans can't understand or grasp. So.
People have been broken up with for less. And listen, like all my guy friends tell me like all these crazy stories of like little things that they do that they somehow get broken up with. So people have been broken up with for less.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a question for you, Corinne.
Oh boy.
Remember years and years and years ago, this is something we talked about on the podcast, like back in 2013, 2014.
Oh geez, okay.
We answered an ad for erotic massage.
Yeah. Oh, I think about
Was
that,
that
Krystyna.
just Lane Maxwell?
I don't think so. I think about that all the time, though. It's funny that
she was recruiting. I was watching all these Epstein docs, trying to get in touch with the victims.
Didn't we see the pictures or something? But that's so funny that you say that because so yesterday,
I'm like, were we almost on Epstein's fucking townhouse?
God damn it, that was our chance. That was our chance to make it.
I know.
No, but for real though.
We could have met Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I know. God damn it. We fucked up big time. Okay, but it's so funny that you say that because I pre-recorded an episode of Without a Country yesterday, and the Daily Beast did a story of the origin of the Epstein thing, and it all started at like this Palm Beach Springs school or something with two 14-year-old girls having a conversation, and they did the whole thing. So I read that whole article yesterday, and the whole time I was thinking about, I was like, this is gonna remind me of Krystyna.
But he had a New York house.
Because of course in the scenario you were the girl who went first and then told me that I could make an easy $200, and then I was like, what?
I mean, I've done some embarrassing things for money.
That's so funny. Yeah.
She had to have gotten it somewhere, and like in a New York school.
But were they specifically asking for young people? Because like
I think we were too old.
No,
we were like 23.
That's why we didn't get a call back?
Yeah.
Because
we sent them pictures, Corinne.
I know we did, but we sent them clothed pictures with an asterisk and an explanation.
Just Lane was like, Jeffrey's not going to like those. Too much mouth on her. Too many caveats.
God,
We're done.
What email account did we send that from? Because that would be the
sorry about last
funniest email ever. That we were like, hey, here's I know you asked for a new picture, but we don't want to have that digital footprint. So
we did say that.
We'll take our tops off in person and stuff, but
wait. No, this wasn't in 2019.
No, we were like much younger. This was like at the beginning of our friendship.
But if we had Sorry About Last Night,
did we though?
I think so. Because we were scheming together, doing stuff. So yeah.
But we were friends for a little bit before the podcast because we were doing like the UCB show and
Sorry
stuff.
About Last Night though.
Oh, you're saying our
comedy
duo. Yes. So we would have had that email from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, man.
I'll look on my computer.
We were constantly trying to make a buck.
I know.
I babysat these kids who like I literally answered an ad and like these two Japanese kids who the mom didn't know me. To this day, I still can't believe that she just left me. I just walked in. I said, "Hey, nice to meet you."
She's like, "All right, gotta go."
Here's my kids. They like this. She goes, they like this. All I remembered is there was like this seaweed powder that they liked to be shaken on their rice. Okay. And she was like, just give them that she's like, they get hungry a lot. Just shake the seaweed powder.
How old were these children?
5.
Oh.
They were
wow.
nice.
Yeah.
We played games. They taught me a word in Japanese. Oishi. It's like,
nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And
wow.
But
I know in Japan the culture I was reading a crazy article about how it's so safe there and everybody kind of takes responsibility for every kid.
I feel like this woman
maybe there's
was
not a lot of crimes against kids.
Overworked mom because she was she looked like she need to get out the door.
Yeah.
And I felt bad and I was just like, thank God it's like,
how much you get paid?
It's me. I don't remember. But I was like, thank God it's me. You don't know me.
Yeah.
I don't think I even sent it wasn't through an agency.
Whoa.
It was just I responded to
we
an
met
ad.
Sarah and Ben through my Marymount Manhattan College is how I got them.
Marymount Manhattan College had a babysitting program?
Yeah. Well, they said here's parents that are looking for part-time babysitters, just part-time work.
Yeah. No, because
$20 an hour cash. Hello.
Yeah, it was something
Cha-ching.
like $20 an hour. Yeah, because at that time I was answering all these kinds of ads on Craigslist. I went I just needed money so badly. I was I helped organize someone's house, and then
I did that once too.
And then I would also get props for my student films there. So I went and got old Christmas decorations from someone. So I was just going into people's houses right and left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I can't believe we haven't died.
Yeah.
Now we're too old.
Well, apparently now
get into that kind of trouble.
Now we almost knew Jizzy Maxwell.
Well,
And then I also met through my travels the Chelsea rapist. So,
damn, dude. Well, when I was thinking yesterday, because I was really trying to get contact information for the Epstein victims, because I'm okay, let's just get the list ourselves.
Right.
And
we'll handle it, Andrew Schultz.
Honestly, you can relax.
Vote for us next time.
But I was thinking, wow, I wonder how many people, I was just walking through the park in my neighborhood, how many people right now around me are rapists? Or child traffickers. Statistically, it's New York City. There's got to be at least a couple.
I think it's 1 out of 22.
That's way too high.
Is a millionaire in New York, not
a millionaire.
Yeah, not a child sex trafficker.
Okay, so that's two different.
That's very different concepts.
I think it's probably a higher concentration here than most places.
Oh yes, yeah. There's also a higher concentration of millionaires here because it's so expensive to live here, but also it's such a financial hub.
But remember I said at Colin's birthday party I hired the psychic, and the psychic told me there's going to be some crazy thing that's going to get exposed that the gravity of which is going to kind of shake the country to the core.
You think it's Epstein list?
I wonder if that list eventually does get exposed because I don't know what the fuck it is about these rich people. They're getting something. Are they all hebephiles, or is it something else that comes with being that rich and untouchable that makes them? You know how satanic cults, I know there's some Satanists that are actually lovely and not killing animals, but they kill an animal as a ritual, and usually that house is always haunted forever. It's always crazy evil shit around it. So there's something powerful about sacrificing an animal in a culty way. Is there that same thing, but for sexually assaulting a child? Right?
Probably. How I always looked at it, and the Wall Street Journal letter from Trump to Epstein on his 50th birthday aligned with kind of what I had always been thinking. My thought is when you have everything, you need something else to want. So you have to start wanting something things.
That's non-attainable.
Or unattainable things. Yeah,
less attainable.
That was my thought process. And the language was kind of Trump was kind of what do you get for the man who has everything kind of energy. And so.
But then I was reading too.
Yeah.
That because I really was getting into the Epstein, because I watched all the Epstein documentaries. I'm this fucking piece of shit. He so obviously didn't kill himself. Jeffrey Epstein had the nastiest, tiniest little dick.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Wait, you see it?
No, egg-shaped penis. But it was
I knew it was egg-shaped.
The one woman who did the podcast interview that I was I'm trying to get her contact info. She's it looked like the small Bic lighters. I'm ew, dude.
Because the unfortunate thing about the Epstein case is that Jeffrey Epstein, I think, is handsome.
But the dick?
No, I don't.
No face can make me forget about that dick.
No, 100%. But
you're totally
that,
which is confusing to a woman, you know?
Because I
could see myself being 15 going, "Who's that zaddy?" You know,
for
not
sure.
knowing he's an abuser.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, God, good thing I didn't live in Palm Springs or whatever the fuck they lived. I would have been I'll make some money you making your massage.
I know. I know.
Totally would have been.
Well, I would have known enough at 14th when I would have known enough. If I walked in and an adult man man was in a towel, I would have known enough to leave.
Nope, not me. I'd be like, how peculiar.
Yeah. No, I would have known enough to leave. But
so anyway, girl, thanks for giving us that update.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like we almost got Ghislaine.
Wait,
is that how you say it?
Ghislaine.
I call her Jizzy, but yeah.
Yeah. This episode's never going to monetize. So it's fine. Who cares? Guys, you can hear. Love it. Worth living.
Now I'm honestly kind of like, God, we could have been apart. Not even. It's not about the money.
They didn't get paid much.
It's about like, we could have been a part of one of the biggest scandals of all time. That would have been kind of cool. I mean, I don't want to get molested, but
no, me either. But yeah, we were close. Look, I imagine there's tons of people trying to elicit nude photos out of girls in that way.
Yeah, I just don't remember that it was asking for young people.
Erotic massage.
But I don't remember asking for young. That's the only two things.
I know, but
it's a lot of those places.
I'm trying to figure out how you recruited New York
feel like
women,
they weren't.
Girls.
I feel like they had to go through friend of a friend because to get that young, you can't be posting about it anyway. You can't have a trail.
I guess not. Who knows?
It's very Krystyna of you to be like, I think we were almost.
We almost escaped. We barely escaped Epstein's grasp.
We're actually almost survivors of Epstein. So just so everyone knows.
I mean,
my God,
guys, you can hear us other places if you want. Did you know that?
You absolutely can. You can listen to Without a Country. I live stream every Wednesday on YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then the audio goes up later that night. It's the news of the week, the most important stories. We do deep dives. You can call in live if you watch the live stream. It's a great old time. And if you want to join the Patreon and get 4 additional news stories on video every single month, because you get 1 a week, it's patreon.com/withoutaCountry, and you can subscribe for as little as $6 a month.
And I too have a Patreon where for $5 or more a month, you decide. You can hang out with me on Zoom and a bunch of strangers from all around the world in various countries and talk about why life can be beautiful, tough, whatever it is, whatever you're dealing with. The link to there is patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson. If you can't make any of the scheduled times, the audio is available for your listening pleasure afterwards. And it looks like that's where I'm going to be sharing my deepest secrets because I need an outlet for the thing I was talking to you about. But I no longer can use Guys We Fucked because, people be listening. Patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson. The summer schedule's up, so I've scheduled out all until August, and it's a good time. How are you doing, Corinne?
I'm so good. I saw someone who was highly requested when I asked who do we want to hear on the podcast. Our good old friend, Michael Coscarelli, this weekend.
Michael!
I've seen him like 2 times already this summer because he was at my 4th of July party. But yeah, so... Michael adopted a dog.
He did get a dog.
He adopted a dog.
What kind of dog did he get?
It's a beagle mix.
Oh,
very cute.
That's gonna be so good for him.
The dog's name is Frankie. Also, it was adopted from Pup Stars, just like Alfred. I wrote my little referral. It was I was dying because one of the questions was, does this person like to travel? And I go. Not only does he not like to travel,
he hates it.
This man actually is petrified of flying.
He stays home more than anyone I know.
So I go, if you want someone who's on the ground for this dog, Michael Coscarelli is your guy. I went deep on this referral.
Recommendation.
Yeah, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, so he was like, oh, do you want to have Alfred and Frankie meet up? So we went to the dog park, and it was so cute. His dog is just so cute, and his dog is like... the origin story is, and hopefully it's okay to take. I did check with Mike that I can talk because Mike's off the grid now. He deleted his Instagram. He's off the grid.
Really?
Mike's going fully off the grid.
How's he gonna get a girlfriend?
No, with this dog. So first of all,
you know what? He's right.
We're walking through the East Village. Might as well my dog not even have existed.
Is it a puppy, the dog? Or
no, he's 4.
Oh.
And so he really saved a life. And yeah, he's just. Everyone was like, is that a beagle? I didn't know beagles were such a hot commodity. Is that a girl? I mean,
they're everywhere.
Girls fucking taking their is that a beagle? I was like, what? It was it was out of control to the point where I was like, Mike, next time I hang out with you and your beagle, I won't wear makeup because obviously I need to leave some room for you to get hose. And then it was so funny because this one really cute girl was really excited and talking to Mike a lot. And
oh my God.
And I wanted to like,
this was so quick.
Give him an assist without
trying to
being like, this is my friend Michael Cosgrove. Yeah, or like pretend I was his sister or something. But I was like, well, then if they get in a relationship, it'll be weird because I'm not the sister, whatever. Right. You know, I was going, and then at the wedding, what are we gonna do?
Our brains are so bizarre.
And then, but good old Michael Coscarelli, he handled it. He said, well, my friend Corinne, he said it like that. He said, my friend Corinne over here, she really pushed me to adopt this dog. And I go, I mean, it was consensual, Mike. But yeah, no, it was funny because we were just texting like literally a couple of days before about, you know, he was asking me dog questions, and then he showed me the website that he was looking on, and I was like, okay, well, these are the rescues that I looked at and filled out applications for. Like, it took me 6 months to adopt Alfred. Like,
yeah, I remember that
forever.
Because then they were kind of teasing you with him of like, you thought he was adopted.
They tried to bait and switch, and I said, I want that dog.
Yeah.
But I finally got him. But like, he had another meet and greet with other prospective owners like earlier that day, and I was just like, no. But they didn't like those people, and they said, you're better. Yeah. But yeah, and so it was funny because he was telling me like what he kind of wanted, and he wanted. I think he wanted. What did he want? He wanted like a bulldog, right?
He originally wanted, and I'm like, they have breathing problems.
Well, he said a lot of people had been saying that, and I was like, also like, Mike, you can't really like get a purebred dog, like, or like you can't be on a search for a purebred unless you do something like
from a shelter,
go to like a greyhound rescue, like they have specific rescues,
and they have beagle rescues. I know.
Yeah, well, because beagles, I was like, beagles are the animal testing dogs. Yeah, you know, and this is disgusting. a beagle mix that he has. So there's other things in there, but yeah. And then he was like, and I was like, well, what else are you interested in? And then he was like, oh, or also like a beagle. And then I'm like just scrolling down, and I see this beagle, and I was like, oh, how about this cute boy? And then I saw he was like 4, and I was like, that might actually be good though, because like
you don't need to potty train him. You don't need to.
Yeah, I was like, especially for your first like dog, you don't want a puppy like for your first dog. Like, I mean.
It's a lot of work. Unless it's a pandemic and you literally go nowhere.
I could just tell that, like, I was like, I don't think you're going to want a puppy, like, based on what you're telling me. Yeah, and then I was like, how about this dog? And then he was like, okay, I'll fill out the application. And I was like, did you just like apply for the dog that I said to apply for?
Just sight unseen.
And it kind of seemed like it. Because like, and then like literally like, I'm telling you, like 24 hours later, he sends me a video with the dog on his lap. And I go, is that just your dog now? And then when I saw him over the weekend, I was like, Mike, I do have to ask you. I was like, did you just like adopt the dog because I said that was a good dog? And then he was like, kind of.
You know what? Sometimes decisions that you don't really put much thought into are the right ones.
Well, he said beagle, and then I just looked at it and I was like, well, that's the rescue Alfred's from. I was like, that age, like, you know, and I also think like he really did adopt a dog that might have been overlooked, and I was like, but the dog to me looks good. I think he'll be house trained, and like he so far he's like so well behaved.
Aww.
He doesn't bark, which is like I was like, that's a fucking jackpot, especially for New York City.
Yeah,
and he's so cute. And it seems like the origin story, because I was like just also confused why a 4-year-old dog would be up for adoption, because to me that speaks to maybe behavioral problems. So I was kind of like, ask some questions, but he didn't.
Give me the dog.
And he was like only with the foster for one day because he just came from Tennessee, where, you know, all these stray dogs come from. But he gave me a little more origin story, and it seems like he might have been, because he's a beagle, like a hunting dog or like a truffle dog.
Whoa. And that's a very well-trained dog.
And so they told me this really sad story about how apparently hunters will go out with like 20 dogs, and if they come back with like 17 dogs, they go, that's fine. They don't look for the other dogs. So this very well might just be a dog that was left on a hunting trip. And that makes perfect sense for this dog's behavior, why he's so amazing. And it was so funny because at the dog park the whole time he was like on the prowl. He like had a job, and I was like, this dog's on the clock.
Wow.
Like he was so
That's
cute.
I didn't know that
and it really explained why he is a well-behaved dog. He is house trained, but he did end up, you know, in foster care, or was, you know, just a rescue loose on the streets, a stray dog at age 4, because a lot of times that speaks to a dog that was in and out of, you know, the shelter or foster system.
Fucking heartless. So you're a hunter.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, you fucking don't come back with the amount of dogs you left with and you don't care?
Apparently it's really common.
That's insane.
I know.
But you want to just roam the woods.
But you could tell Frankie's hardcore. Like I was like, oh, I was like,
wow.
Oh, Frankie's.
Well, beagles have crazy good noses.
Yeah, he's lived
They're
on these streets.
dogs.
He knows what's up.
That's amazing.
He has a full occupation.
So happy for Michael.
It's so cute. And I was like, Mike, I mean, not to be rude, but I haven't seen you this happy in years.
Well, I mean, that's the power of a dog.
Yeah, it was so cute.
That's
it was
great.
So cute.
So happy for Michael.
You know, of course, he lost his key somewhere along visiting me, and then had to call a locksmith.
His first parental faux pas. Yeah, you figure it out.
Well, it had nothing to do with the dog, but it was just like I was just like, oh, okay, because I was like, oh, what a great day, what a perfect day. And then Mike's like, I don't have my key, and then I go, and then I
paid $1,000 to get a locksmith.
I went back with Alfred to the dog park, and God bless New Yorkers, because when you ask them for help, they actually really help. And then I had a whole team in the small dog park and in the big dog park looking for the key on the ground. Like we're just like looking for a gray fob on the ground.
Well, eventually he can train Frankie to fucking find it.
I know. I said to Mike, I said, have him sniff you, so if you go missing, he can find you.
Yeah. There was a moment, my ex-boyfriend, his dad, who's in a wheelchair, had a therapy dog. It was a brown lab. Mm-hmm. There was a Thanksgiving where my parents were over and it was his parents, and we all went for a walk in this park that had 7 inches of dried leaves on the top of the grass. And we were all for a walk, and his mom or his dad, I think, dropped the key, and we were like, oh, we're fucked. We couldn't get back in the house.
Yeah.
Because it was 10 acres of so much. The dog fucking found the key. Wasn't even trained in that. And the dog found the fucking key. And I'm like,
wow.
Yo, that is, I will be impressed with that moment until the day I die. That's crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. And it wasn't a skill that dog was trained to figure out. He just figured out that we needed the key, and he was like, I'll figure it out. I'll find it.
Ugh.
It's unreal.
So amazing.
Yeah. That's
Oh
great.
my God.
I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
Did you read this article? Man, men be doing so much to avoid breaking up with women, including killing them.
Yeah.
They just there's this article at the AP, financial problems and affairs led Colorado dentist to poison his wife's protein shakes, prosecutors say.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, another guy that was cheating and just killed the woman instead of breaking up with her. And then I asked ChatGPT, can you give me a list of men that killed their romantic partner, their female romantic partner, and it partially had to do with an affair. There's a lot of guys.
Well, and it's also
Men, just break up with us, okay?
In a post DNA world, it is so hard to get away with murder. Pre DNA. Take a shot.
Pretty easy.
Take a shot.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I get it. I get where you're coming from. Pre-DNA.
If you could just say no with a straight face when someone asks you, "Did you kill your wife?" you were probably gonna get away with it.
Uh-huh.
But in a post DNA world, why are we even?
What the fuck?
And also just our science technology, and then also we just know too much as a society. They're always gonna look at you first.
The digital trails.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's a lot of men be murdering their girlfriend or wife.
Well, I guess because he didn't want her to take all his money, but and
there was a life insurance thing.
Oh,
but I'm like, just how about you don't murder and you just move on with your life?
Yeah,
that's an option, guys.
Yeah,
it's yeah.
You can just get a divorce.
You know who doesn't murder his girlfriend because he was cheating on her?
Today's guest.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh my God.
Such a great conversation. It was
a reunion.
Yeah, it was. He's making his second appearance on the show. He's a stand-up comedian, he's a writer, and he's an actor featured in a little tiny anticipated indie film called Happy Gilmore 2, out now on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Joseph Vesey.